Hello, and welcome to our playthrough of Silent Hill 4, and I am joined by AJ, aka the Gaming Muse.
Hello.
And AJ...
I am here to be a bad influence.
Well, that and to help me actually get through this game. Because, you know, complete honesty here, this is my least favourite of the original Silent Hill games.
We'll have a convert of you yet.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why the game is the way it is, because they were trying to shake things up. But
yeah,
my philosophy was Silent Hill 2 and 3 weren't broke, so you didn't need to fix it.
Yeah, but you can see where they would want to do that, because doing research at the time, there were a lot of complaints about Silent Hill 3 that it was just Silent Hill 2 again. And you can see where the media and general video game fan base were becoming less interested, because the series, you know, it was big and different at first, and now it's just, oh, this is just more of the same. So it's no wonder they tried to do something different. I think I would have changed a few things, but for the most part, I like it.
Yeah, you might want to turn down your mic just a touch, because you're distorting as you start to get more energetic. And I don't want you to get blown out, so people can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, this mic is crazy sensitive.
Yeah.
Am I good now?
I think so, yes, even Captain just
let me know if I get too loud.
Yeah, no, I've turned you down in Discord, so it should be fine. But yeah. So yeah, this is my least favourite of the Silent Hill games. I still prefer this to the Western Silent Hill games, of course. You know, without question, because they are terrible games in their own right.
Not terrible.
Well, the thing is, even as games, I don't like them. If you were to remove the Silent Hill moniker from them and just farm them out as, you know, survival horror games, still wouldn't like them.
Yeah. I think they have good things to offer, but they aren't perfect, for sure.
Yeah, so this one I prefer to them, but if this is like in running from 1 through 4, it goes 2, 3, 1, 4. And the main problem I have with this game is the lack of tank controls. That's why, that's what I really don't like about this game, because for the most part it's a fixed camera game, so therefore you should be using tank controls. I kind
of love that it's not tank controls.
I love tank controls for this style of game. You know, like if I'm going to play an FPS game, keyboard and mouse. If I'm going to play a fixed camera, you know, 3D game, tank controls. And then if you put me in a different boat, I'm like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel right. And I mean, I've tested this game just a few times just to make sure that the save game works and that. And immediately, as soon as Henry gets off the bloody escalator, he's facing you. And what's the first thing I do? Push up to move forward. And what's he do? Turn around to go back up the escalator. And it's just like, yeah, we're gonna have a fun time, you know, because it's. Do you know what I mean? I had the same problem with Origins as well. You know, it's just give me tank controls for games like this. That's all I ask. Do anything else you want, give me tank controls. Also, give me an infinite, that's pretty broad. Yeah, and an infinite inventory as well. What's this going back to the house to use your inventory? You know, it's like if you're going to take anything Resident Evil, don't take the box. They can keep their bloody box.
Well, honestly, if you know how to play this game, which I've played this game too many times, the box is never an issue. You will always know exactly what you need.
Okay.
You really never end up needing so much inventory that the box is a problem.
All right, cool. Well, I've only ever finished this game once, and that was many years ago.
For shame.
And when I started to play it again, before I started to do the research for Silent Hill Requiem, I got maybe a third of the way in, and then just watched the rest on YouTube. It just, I don't know, after playing 1, 2, 3, it just emphasised how much the things in 4 annoyed me. You know, so I've just literally last Sunday we finished 1, but I've had a week break, so hopefully it won't be such a alienating experience. Now speaking,
not such a huge difference.
Yeah. So you know, so I'm not coming straight in from finishing 3 to start playing 4. You know. And obviously I just finished 1, and 1 obviously isn't as, shall we say, technically as good as 2 and 3. It's still a good game. It's still, you know, it's still one.
Yeah, I think of the original 4, it's probably my least favorite.
All right. Yeah, I put it down in third place.
I came to it not when it first came out. I was, you know, it was years later. I played 2 and 3 first, so it was like a huge time travel back. You know. Yeah. Very, very different.
Yeah. So to make this easier on myself, one, I have AJ, in the sense that you know it well, you know it's your favourite, so that makes having you here for me perfect.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I have a save game for the 10-starred, the game has been finished by someone else, meaning that I can put on all weapons mode, so I can at least start with a decent weapon. And also, just because I want to moan about it, we're going to have the alternate costumes on for Cynthia and Eileen as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I made a mistake. I have to
go. So, without further ado, and I'm going to play it on easy because I'm a puss. And as I've been saying this to everyone who's been watching me through Silent Hill 2, 3, and 1. I'm scared I'm not going to be able to finish this game because of my frustration levels. So I think if I put it on easy with all weapons mode, that takes away some of that frustration, and then having you here to back me up, because I want to finish this game. I want to get through to the end, and I would like to try and save Eileen this time as well. In my first ever playthrough, everybody died. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and I only managed to get Henry out, which is why in Silent Hill Requiem that's the ending I use for that movie, is because that's the first ending I ever got playing this game. So I'd like to try and get a different ending this time, but that's all down to how well I can play.
We got this.
Okay, well then, shall we begin?
All right.
And nurse. Off we go. It was 2 years ago that Henry Townsend moved into room 302 of South Ashford Heights, an apartment building in the medium-sized city of Ashfield. Henry was happy and enjoying his new life.
I like how it's a medium-sized city.
But 5 days ago, something strange happened. I didn't see the rest of that. He began to have a nightmare or something, and he couldn't leave room 302.
He began to have a recurring dream each night. Yeah.
Right. Now here comes
other thing.
Go on.
No, I was just quoting it.
Oh, right, sorry. And here comes the first major change from all the Silent Hill games up to now. We have FPS mode.
Yep. I'll be honest, this is the only game of the originals that actually scares me, and a big part of the reason why is the hauntings and first-person camera.
Ah, well, I'm glad you brought that up. One of the reasons why we are playing the PS2 version and not the PC version. I managed to get the PC version to run, and it was working as fine, and even OBS liked it. But as I was doing more research into making sure, to fine tune the game, I discovered that the PC version doesn't have 6 of the hauntings from the PlayStation 2 version.
That's dumb.
And there's no reason that I can find for why. So I thought, well, then if we're losing some of the experience, let's have a look into the PS2 version. Now this is running through PCSX 2, which is probably the most well-known PlayStation 2 emulator. And excuse me. And normally running games in software mode is no problem. It emulates pretty much every PlayStation 2 game there is going. But when you put it in hardware mode, which allows you to use OpenGL graphics and all that sort of stuff, it makes it look prettier, but you lose some of the post-processing effects that the PlayStation 2 could do, namely shadows. And losing shadows in a Silent Hill game you are losing some of the atmos. Light and shadow play a big role. So I was going to run this in software mode, but thankfully, doing more little research, thanks to the old internet, I discovered that someone had gone to the effort of creating a new DLL for PCSX2 that basically puts all the post-processing effects back into Silent Hill 4 in hardware mode. So I'm able to run this at 1080p, roughly 60 frames a second, with I think 99% of all the post-processing effects still in the game. So this is going to look as good, if not better, than the PC version anyway. So
nice.
We shouldn't be losing out. Also, the PC version, you trying to do the analog sticks in the first-person section, you'd push up and it'd just do that. You push down, it just immediately go down like that. You had absolutely no control because the game wasn't built to use analog. Using the mouse was fine. But I am now. Well, sounds like
this is beautiful.
Someone died. Now, the only thing I've got against, obviously, this was made long before they started to do first-person shooters on the PlayStation 2. Now, obviously, my right stick is look left, look right, look up, look down. That's fine. The left stick, push up to move forward, push back to move back. But push left, you don't strafe, you do more turning. And I was like, well, I don't need to turn on this stick because I can turn on this stick. So you can tell it's a little bit fuddly because I've got to use the shoulder keys to strafe. Granted, it's only in the room where you do the FPS stuff.
Yeah. This game was a little ahead of its time with the way it wanted to do horror. This is very common nowadays, but back in like, what, 2004?
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah. This was very new.
What's with this room? I don't know. It's a bit funky. It's probably
it needs a very deep cleaning.
It's all these muddy textures. Oh, sorry. See, that's me. Right. See, look, even glass reflections there. There's reflection on the glass. That's really cool stuff.
Oh wow, that is nice.
And it's covered in blood and rust.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Is there anything else that I can look at in here? Oh, hello. This is my room, but what the hell has happened to it? I don't know. Probably needs a deep clean.
The neat thing is when you examine these items in the game, throughout the game, what he says changes and it reflects what's going on in the game and what's going on in his head. And I have a written record of everything you can talk to and everything that changes.
All right,
it's
cool.
Neat what it does.
This room, is it really my room? I guess so, mate. You woke up here. But I mean, I will go with this. Does look like a motel room. Okay, well let's vacate the bedroom. Oh, it's a rather loud TV. Let's go find out.
Ugh.
It's in terrible shape. The air is so heavy. My head hurts.
You should look at the wall to the left.
We'll get there.
Ugh, I hate it.
Where did this big TV come from? So we're not recognizing our own apartment here. Right? This is I find this kind of odd. I thought I had a record player here. Right? Yeah? Now, what's he got to say about that? I don't even know what this is. He doesn't know what a hi-fi stereo is. Odd. And then, okay, so you got something to say about that? The window, can't get it open. Well, I guess we're trapped. But here is the oddest thing I find about this whole section. Look, there's us, the protagonist. But what do I have to say about it? Who is this guy? We're not playing as Henry right now, are we? So who are we? Do we know? Do we ever find out? Are we Walter? Because I don't know.
We do.
We do find out.
We do find.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's not spoil it for those that don't know. Cause
yeah, let's not spoil anything, but we do find out who we are.
yeah, because I can't remember. Who are all these people? People? Oh right, yeah. I suppose they're all burnt to a crisp.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. That is people.
Yeah, 21
Lovely.
people. It can't be. Why are they here? So they're the So is this in the future? So we could be actually looking. So the whole story is a recollection of the past. Then, oh, this looks funky. Nice bit of apple. Hey, kitty.
Oh, did you hear him?
Yeah,
the
I did.
internet heard you, buddy.
Creepy. It looks like a face. It's rather Art Deco.
Hate that. Hate it so much.
But whose face is it? What is this photo? Go on, sorry.
I think it's the face of whoever's, like, there's another person that'll come in the room. I think it's that person.
Ah, right. It's all faded and I can't see it well. Well, it looks like a little kid, but I really couldn't tell you what the one on the left is. Maybe a couple?
I think it's a graduation photo.
Ah, right. Yeah, oh, yeah,
It's very hard to tell.
Yeah, I can see the kind of cloak and caps now when you mention that, yeah. Okay, let's go check the kitchen. I think we'll be cooking much on that stove. I'm not interested in food at all. My head, it hurts. Okay, well, let's try and find you some aspirin then, buddy. Right, can't look in any of these cupboards. Oh, hello. I don't feel like washing my hands right now. Alright then.
You should wash everything in here.
Yeah. I know he thinks of his hands first. But, oh, hello. Is that a... Oh no, it's back to the sink again, sorry. Okay, let's check the... There we go. It smells horrible. I'm afraid to open it up. Yeah, I suppose I would be too at this point. I mean, look at the state of it.
Yeah.
Okay, right, well.
It's not good.
Well, I'm not sure that's even really a door. Just looks like there's a paint on the wall. Let's try and get the hell out of here. The door is shut.
Yeah,
for
there was a
good.
door here. It's gone now.
Yeah, and apparently he already knows that this door is shut for good. Okay, say so, buddy. I guess let's go back to bed
it looks
then.
like a film is growing, because you can see that part of the doorknob is out of the film, but part of it's not. Like there's a mold growing over it. Ugh. Oh, gross, I hate it.
That was one aggressive landlord.
The first time I played this, that scene messed me up so bad.
That's a great scene. Okay, let's watch the little intro, shall we?
It's interesting that this is kind of the first game that has its own little, it has a prologue, it has introductory sequence,
Yeah.
it has opening credits.
Credit crawl, yeah. No, it is. I mean, they were really trying to almost make this one seem more filmic, even though they're all filmic, aren't they? In the sense of the way the camera is used.
Let's make it easier. There we go. Yeah, I think they really were trying to do something more, I don't know, maybe not episodic, but it kind of is, the way that you go back and forth between different places.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that kind of sort of almost the sort of Alan Wakey idea they were going for.
I love that game.
And here he is. Good old Henry Townsend.
My stupid son.
Playboy.
Man.
Sam Swainsbury in Silent Hill Requiem.
What a dream.
That was a dream, was it? Crikey.
I feel so bad for him. People are so mean to him. I feel like I have to be like Henry Defense Squad.
Well, they did kind of write him a bit too empty, if you know what I mean.
They were very open-ended with it. I think.
I mean, I know
they were
why, but I think they went a bit too far in one direction.
Well, I think that they were going for doing the first-person camera and having him more open. They were trying to make you identify as being him, but I think that experiment needed a little more to it. You know what I mean? I get what they were doing, but I see why it didn't quite work.
Well, I mean, I don't think it works because 70 to 80% of the game is third person. So you can't really feel like you're that character when you spend more time seeing that character than not. Things like, Gordon Freeman and like Point Man from Fear, they have no discernible character whatsoever other than profession, but you feel like them because it's a first person specific game 100% of the time.
Yeah, and I think if they'd done that it would have worked, but at the same time that would have been too different for Silent Hill at the time, I think.
Yeah, it would have worked for me, but then first person shooters are my favourite genre of games, so This is a photo of the church I ran across while I was visiting Silent Hill. So is that Balkan?
Yep, that's the Balkan Church. And it's heavily implied that I don't know if they ever say it outright, but it's implied that he's a photographer because he takes a lot of the photos that are in his house.
Oh, yeah, they never really bring that up, do they?
But if you examine the pictures, he mentions taking a lot of them.
Ah. That's cool. For some reason I was really attracted by the way it looked, so I took the picture. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And the fact that it's like blown up on his wall, it kind of makes me feel like it's professional photography. This isn't just like
it's not
tourist.
a hobby. I mean, do we ever actually find out what his profession is?
They don't really mention it. The hints are all you get, and that's why I kind of went through and logged the stuff he says, because that's all you really learn about him.
Because he clearly must make a decent amount of money to afford, this apartment. I think it's certainly not.
My theory is, most of the pictures you see are of Silent Hill, and the area is so by this time steeped in like tourism and occulty stuff, and people are obsessed with the idea of what it is. You could easily have these pictures, being made and sold to tourists, that kind of thing. So he could take the picture, sell it to a company, and then they use it for tourism, and then he would make royalties off that.
Yeah, it might. It could be implied that he's taking the pictures for the pamphlet. And I was always wondering about that. Sorry, there are a lot of small items here, but none of them is particularly interesting. It's your desk, Henry. Everything.
He's not interested in his desk. In his defense, I'm not interested in my desk half the time. There's too much work on it.
Oh, hello. I've been directed. Anyone ever looked up what number he just dialed? I'm just wondering who he just tried to call.
Hello?
Help me.
What? Huh? The cord's cut.
Do you want to maybe go for another take?
Mhm.
But again, so that was clearly Cynthia phoning him even before she's, as we'll find out in a sec, entered the other world. So there is some weird time dilation stuff going on here as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, she does it again later, so I feel like that's who it would be.
Yeah. So, you know, the fact that no one can hear him when he's pounding on the door to get attention is because he's out of time
Mhm.
with everything else. Which is, I didn't really imply it too heavily, but in Silent Hill Requiem, Henry is the only character that looks identical to how he does in the game. In, you know, trying to get people
Yeah,
to think.
same outfit and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to get, and also I never give Henry a backstory. You know, with James, you know what he was doing before he ended up there. With Cheryl, she mentions what she was doing before she ended up there, but Henry doesn't get one because at that, by the time Henry gets put into the film, we're in full flow. You know, moving on into the final act. But at the same time, I wanted to leave it ambiguous because I do believe there is some weird time dilation stuff going on with him. It's like, I mean, I think time is always out of sorts in Silent Hill anyway,
Yep.
but they never really imply it, you know, in the other games. It's never really brought up. It's just that things change, and it feels like it's just an 8-hour day kind of thing. Yeah, like James arrived in the morning, and by the night he realised what he'd done.
Mhm.
But did that 8 hours transgress for the rest of the world?
Yeah, it's interesting to think about, especially if you look for like hints of time passing in the game, because
Yeah.
it does over time. You know, in Silent Hill 2, there's typewriters, but in Silent Hill 3, there's computers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At the same time, time doesn't change.
No. Also, it's never daytime.
Mm-mm.
I think the only time it's ever hinted at there is a day is the intro to Silent Hill 3.
Yeah.
You know, because Henry's travelling at night. Sorry, Harry is travelling at night with Cheryl at the start of Silent Hill 1, and you never see the day in that game. It's either early evening and then it's just night. Silent Hill 2, it just feels like it's late evening and then it's just night. Though it always feels like he arrives at the looking point in the morning, but it certainly doesn't look like morning. You know, it's like because he killed Mary at night and then drove the night to Silent Hill and then, you know, but you never see the day, you never see the sun. And like I said, you only see the sun at the start of Silent Hill 3. But here, we do see the sun, even though all the lights are on in the apartment.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Did he actually ever try pulling them off? Because he's locked in from the inside. So
I'm gonna assume he did, but like,
because you'd have thought you'd give it a go, wouldn't you?
yeah, you'd have to. I think it's kind of funny that like the story starts 5 days later, so he's sort of acclimated to what's going on. Can you imagine waking up the first day and being like, "What the crap?"
Yeah. So I suppose in a way, what would have been nice was just to have a load of destroyed tools on the floor.
Mhm.
You know, like you know, just to show that yeah, he did attempt to try to get out, but everything he tried failed because the chains of magic.
Mhm. So, do you know about the cursed shoes?
And I do not.
So there's if you examine the shoes over time, what he says changes. At one point, he's like, "Are these mine?" And another point, he's like, "I don't remember these." And then later, he goes, "Oh yeah, I bought these in Silent Hill." So there's this theory online that all of this is happening to Henry because he bought cursed shoes.
Well, it wouldn't be. That would be too hard to believe. I mean, potentially anything that is created in Silent Hill will have the potential to tap into its power within reason. Right, we've got another.
He also gets he gets a picture, and one of the pictures in his room is a gift from the landlord, who's James's dad, and it's a picture of Silent Hill. So that's also kind of
well, surely that would raise the sort of question that the reason why James took Mary to Silent Hill is because he used to get taken to Silent Hill as a kid.
Yeah.
You know.
A family thing.
Yeah. Right. There's a cutscene here, isn't there? Yeah. 5 days ago, that's when I first had the nightmare. I haven't been able to get out of my room since then. The phone doesn't work, the TV doesn't work, I can't even get anyone to hear me outside. My whole world has suddenly turned insane. My door's chained up, windows are sealed shut, and on top of that, someone chained the door from the inside. How am I going to get out of here? Don't go out, Walter.
What the hell? What's going on here?
That's Eileen Galvin from next door.
Oh man. Hope my luck changes before the party.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold on to those hopes for too long, Eileen.
So here's something that's always interested me. I've heard varying theories online about the holes and how Walter creates the holes because Henry is the watcher or what have you. He has to see what's happening. But then why did he write "Don't go out"? If he's really the one that made it so Henry could leave, why would he tell Henry not to leave?
Because maybe that breaks the spell. Maybe crossing the threshold out of the room will break the spell. Because it all seems to be accentuated around... It's like this room is connected to the power in Silent Hill. And because it's of a greater distance, maybe it can only be contained in a smaller space. So,
maybe.
Yeah, so, and that obviously line would be the front door or going out the window. So if you go out, it fucks up what was planned. It will break the spell. Everything will collapse in around itself. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
And that was 21 hands on the wall, was it? Yeah.
So right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 15?
All right.
Yeah, it's 15. Because that's what number we're on.
What's this? Mum, why doesn't you wake up?
Then when you awake, you can send me to school where I can learn the good grammar.
These are these capitals, right? So, here's the cursed shoes. Let's have a look. My shoes. I don't need to change them right now. Okay.
So right now, he's not weirded out about the shoes.
No. Right now,
later.
They're just shoes right now. So he's been trapped in there 5 days. I hope he went grocery shopping before this all started. What do you think of Walter?
Oh no, check the fridge.
Do you think Walter waited? That's a lot of health drink, Henry. And a bottle of wine, and it's what? Green tea, maybe? Because again, you know, Japanese developers.
Yeah. You actually need the I think the bottle of wine is a weapon, but the chocolate milk you should take.
Oh, that's chocolate milk. Sorry, I thought it
Yep.
was. That's
You'll actually need that to progress later.
Oh, okay. Yes, we'll take it then. And I'm thinking all of these energy drinks are part of the fact that we're playing New Game Plus.
Yes, because I've never seen that.
Very sweet. It was it was in the refrigerator at home, and they'll be alright there for now. And yeah, the wine bottle is a weapon that breaks over time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Whoa. Okay. I don't feel like washing. Oh, right. He doesn't feel like washing his hands either.
Where's this sink for? Nobody's gonna wash their hands.
How about cooking an omelette? He doesn't feel like cooking. When was the last time you ate, Henry? You've been in here for 5 days. I mean, the smell alone, he can't even open the windows. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see it now, graduation picture. It's a photo of me as a kid. Is that? Oh, I thought that was a young girl. Sorry. And then when I graduated from high school. You see, we don't have that when we graduate from high school in the UK. We only do that when we graduate from university.
Oh yeah, we do that. I had the cap and gown and everything.
Alright, yeah, that's not a secondary school thing here at all. But then, were you at secondary school till you were 18, by chance?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, right, no, we leave at 16. And then you have the option to either stay on for sixth form, go to college, or go to work. And then I went to college for 3 years. Oh, it should have been 2 years, but I did another A level in my second year. But again, even when I graduated college, we didn't do that. In this country, we only ever do the whole. We do that. That's a uni thing.
Yeah, we do 4 years high school, and then you do the graduation thing, and from there go on to work, university, crying at home about the job you're never gonna have.
Yes. The main power is off, so even if I press it, nothing happens. I was actually looking at the magazine. What the hell does that? Something car.
But something.
Yeah, something.
I cannot.
Yeah, no, can't work that one out.
There's also an ashtray there, which I guess implies he's a smoker.
Ashtray? Oh, is that an ashtray, is it?
Mm-hmm. I think if you examine it, he'll say that.
Alright, I thought that was like a fruit dish. Oh, let's get closer. Oh no, he's still talking about the remote control. Talk about the ashtray. No, he's not interested. I guess we'll have to come back. And okay, hold on. Did you want to say something about that? I got this photo from Frank. Oh, right. There's the one from Frank.
That's the one.
And is that silent? Oh yeah, because that's obviously the lake. So is this is taken? This would presume to be taken from the hotel, or am I looking at the hotel? I'm not looking at the hotel, am I?
I think it looks like a Capitol building or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, so you would have presumably taken this from the other side of the lake, the north side of the lake. And what's this one? This is a photo of the outside of South Ashfield Heights. Ah, so we took a picture of his apartment before we moved in. I was immediately attracted by the outside of the building as well as the view from the window here. Alright, implying I should look out the window. When I moved here 2 years ago, I almost felt like I was being drawn here.
Mm-hmm. Drawn by evil magic.
Yeah? Is it really evil though, or is it just the way people use it?
True. Drawn here by Walter's creepiness.
Okay, and that's how to save.
I really do feel very bad for Walter. Like, he's totally in the wrong here, but stuff happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, Walter is in the same sort of vein as, probably not as harsh, but Eddie. Eddie was pushed into becoming what he'd become.
Mm-hmm. And it's even implied that Walter may not be entirely in control in this situation.
No, not at all. It's weird. A few days ago, the power to my TV and my VCR just stopped coming on. It's because you didn't pay the bill.
See, that's real hell. You're trapped at home and you can't even watch Netflix.
Yeah, or you can't even watch your VCR collection. Ever since I started having those nightmares where you're someone else, and this chest could hold a lot of stuff. And
It
here
sure could.
Here is our event tree, ladies and gentlemen. We no longer have an infinite event tree as in Silent Hill 1, 2 and 3. We now have what is essentially a inventory box from Resident Evil.
At least you don't have to organize it by like shape and make it fit.
Oh, no, sorry, I meant Resident Evil 1 through 3.
Oh yeah, true.
But yeah, no.
I forgot that those had boxes.
Yeah, not the attaché case from 4 through to, I think 3 to 7. Was it? No,
I
it's
think so.
I don't know. It's not really an attaché case in 7. It's just kind of it's almost like Rule of Rose, isn't it? In 7, you just have a box of so many boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, that's our event tree, meaning I can't carry everything unrealistically like I have been in all the other Silent Hill games. I bought these books with me when I moved in 2 years ago, but haven't touched them since then. Yeah, I'm like that. Loads of books. Loads of books I haven't read.
Yep.
No signal. Well, just static. Okay, what's this poking out here? Oh, alright, no, it wants me to look at the window. Okay. There she is. My favourite of the female protagonists in this game.
I wish she'd gotten more time.
I do. I would have rather have ran around Silent Hill with her than with Eileen. What is she waiting for? Guess nothing.
Yeah, it seems almost like she's waiting for someone and then she gives up and leaves.
Yeah. And here is all of our other NPCs. Pretty much. I think it's near enough all. No, it's not all of them, is it? But it's
The half that lives over there, who we kind of learn more about later.
Yeah. So he's the guy on the far right. He's the one that begs little child Walter not to die, right? Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who the two are in the middle window.
That might be the nurse. Does the nurse have a boyfriend she lives with?
I really don't know.
And then there's Richard.
Is that Richard in the bottom with his girlfriend?
Nah, Richard's in the suit and tie on the rightish. Looks like he's dancing, maybe? Weird.
He's living at large. And there's that chocolate milk guy down there.
Nah, he doesn't live in the apartments.
Oh, does he not? Oh, okay. And that's all we can pretty much see. Oh, no, there's someone just there. Who's that guy cheering at the football game? Or was that Richard? No, he's gone.
No, that might be... let me see here. I don't remember all their names, but I know there's a bunch of paintings that describe the people that live in the apartments.
Oh, okay. Alright, well. Okay. Okay, something just fell down somewhere.
Oh boy.
What was that? Okay.
Did you get the note at the, the bookcase?
I want to get the scrapbook. It looks like a scrap from some book. Man, this thing looks like it was written ages ago. Oh yeah, of course. This is what I encouraged you to put back into the interview. Because this is sort of I use this as the basis for why the dead can return in Silent Hill Requiem, which is why Laura, Cynthia, and spoiler alert, Harry can come back into Silent Hill Requiem. It's because of this snippet here. Through the ritual of the Holy Assumption, he built a world. It exists in a space separate from the world of our Lord. More accurately, it is within, yet without the Lord's world. Unlike the world of our Lord, it is a world in extreme flux, unexpected doors or walls, moving floors, odd creatures, a world only he can control. Anyone swallowed up by that world will live there for eternity, undying. They will haunt that realm as a spirit. How can our Lord forgive such an abomination? So yeah, based on that idea is that anyone killed by Silent Hill gets trapped in the limbo other world of Silent Hill, meaning that if the mojo's right, they can come back. This part of the book is too damaged to read. It is important to travel lightly in that world. He who carries too heavy a burden will regret it. So therefore, if you've got sins, you're fucked.
And if you have too much inventory.
Which is a sin. The book is too damaged to read anymore. Okay, cool. You'll put that in your scrapbook, Henry. Right, cool. So, should we save it before we go off?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea to save.
Yeah. And we will... Yeah, we'll start saving it under there. Got enough to rotate around. Cool. Okay, so let's go find out what that noise was, shall we?
What the hell? Somebody in there? I wonder if I can get out this way.
It's worth a shot, Henry. So get used to Henry saying "what the hell." He says it a lot. The sewage pipe's broken
Granted, this is a
too.
situation that definitely requires what the hell.
Well, absolutely. Pull on the part hanging down. Yep. I got myself a steel pipe. Steel pipe.
Congratulations.
Weapon. 3 foot long sewer pipe. Not very powerful, but fairly easy to use. I should hope so. Right, is there anything to look at in here before we jump in the hole? So yeah, so as we were saying before, wonder where they got the idea of PT from. You know, I'm expecting to see Norman Fetus in the sink, you know?
Yep.
Who could have done this? I knew it. There must be someone here. Well, I think they do it, you know, that's like jackhammer precision, that hole. You're not just going to do with sledgehammer, right? The water has stopped running. Well, that's because the tap is broken, Henry.
Yeah. It's a little messed up.
There are bathroom items here, but I don't have time for that now. There's always time for a shower. You got nothing to say about this? Oh, yep. Of course,
Don't
there's.
you understand? I don't have time.
and of course, there's no one in the bathtub. Of course.
Of course there isn't.
Yeah, foiled again. And this is no time to be taking a shower. Most horror writers would disagree. This is a perfect time for the protagonist to take a shower. Off we go then. Enter the hole. That's what she said.
This is one of the parts of this game that really is very viscerally upsetting, especially because the trip changes every time.
Yeah.
If it stayed the same, you could get used to it.
Yeah. Now I also like how they have purposely made this almost feel like you're watching a bad cinema reel. You know, like this part isn't real. Because again, you're going into a white light which fades to white, which usually implies in movies that it's a dream, that it's not reality. You know, so we're clearly moving from what is probably reality into something that's clearly not. And again, it was something that I tried to use in, though most fan feedback was it's too intense, and I've actually toned it down in the next release of Silent Hill Requiem, but I did use the kind of dust and lines in certain places. Originally I was using it throughout the entire film, but one of the major criticisms was that it got on people's nerves because it was too distracting, and at first I didn't agree, but when I watched the film back I was like, you're right. So that's what I've been doing over the last couple of months, is going in and removing it in really intense places. And there's the fade to white, just like the end of Total Recall, which means it was all a dream.
And I love how the closer you get, the freakier the screen gets.
Yeah. And then just escalator from heaven, I guess, going down.
Descent into hell.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine hell being sort of very industrial. In the way that they've sort of done it. Silent Hill is very industry ridden.
Yeah. A modern take on hell, you take an escalator down.
Yeah.
The ninth circle is a mall.
Well,
I love how the worlds in this just feel so unrealistic. Like it's clearly just not a real place from the beginning.
yeah, but at the same time, it's also recognisable. Now you see, I thought, oh, Silent Hill game, so tank controls, my brain goes push up. And that happens. Because this is what they call 2D controls, meaning left is always left, depending on where the camera is, is there, and it's already screwing me up. So hold on, I need to switch the camera. There we go. Right. And because this is all weapons mode, I get to start with all the weapons, but I'm going to leave the bottle, I'm going to leave the stun gun, I'm going to grab...
Yeah, don't you only get to pick one?
No, that's one weapon mode.
Okay.
I've got an aluminum bat, or in this country it would be an aluminium bat. I will take the aluminum bat. An aluminum bat weapon, aluminum alloy bat, reasonably powerful and easy to use as a weapon. Good. There we go. Now, again, the way you fight has changed in this as well. So, as you can see, there's that circle next to my health bar, which, so I've got a 1, 2, and then he's got a comma, but 1, 2, 3, yeah. But if I hold down the button, I will charge up the circle to go for a home run. Whereas in usual Silent Hill combat, you have just a constant attack, and then if you push forward, you've got a thrust, and then if you don't attack with the button, you'll stomp the character on the ground. Now, I can't remember if stomping people is the same in this game or not. So we'll find.
This is all very interesting, but what's happening in the background is so distracting.
I'm gonna grab the axe. I know it's rusty, but it will help. You got rusty axe. And what's that? Is that another? Is that a spray can? Can of bug spray. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna.
Oh, that's probably for the roaches that fly around.
Oh, will it be? All right, I'll take it then.
Yeah, those things are obnoxious.
Okay, we've got some bug spray. Aerosol insecticide, effective against certain enemies. So yeah, you're right. And this is Richard's gun. So I'm not sure if I can get more ammo for it because it only comes with 6 shots. But we'll take it because it's a firearm, so it might be handy. And I have no idea what that is. Is that like a box cutter or something? Come on, Henry. There we go. A paper cutting
Oh,
knife.
yeah, that's tiny.
Yeah. I don't think we need a paper cutting knife.
Nah.
And the pickaxe is really powerful, but my god, is he slow to swing it. You know, you've got to know an enemy before it even knows it's an enemy to use that weapon, so I think I'll leave that. But we will take the chainsaw, though apparently it's not as powerful as the chainsaw from... Oh my days, I can't... Henry, no, you're stood right on top of it, man. Why can't you grab it? Oh, come on. There we go.
He's had a rough week.
Oh, I'm gonna have a rough week. It's a chainsaw. We will take the chainsaw. Originally made for cutting wood. As a weapon, it's a fearsome thing. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's an Easter egg with the chainsaw, as there is an Easter egg in Silent Hill 2. It's exactly the same Easter egg. You just have to stand still with holding it. We'll get to shaking her booty in a minute, don't you worry.
She just keeps going.
Oh yeah, that booty never stops.
Mm-mm.
There you go. So the old Leatherface Easter egg that's in Silent Hill 2
Yep.
is also here. Okay, so because I've gone for alternative costumes, even Cynthia has one. Now in the normal game, she's not stood there shaking her booty.
No.
She's just kind of stood there looking around. But because she's now dressed in the way she's dressed, I'm just going to check down here first. Not sure if there is anything down there.
She also has a Robbie tattoo on her butt, I think.
She does. And door's shut tight. Well, it's Silent Hill, so shit's locked, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there is a quick shot of in Silent Hill Requiem. The second time you get to meet Cynthia, she is undressed because she's been washing her clothes, and there is a quick shot of the Robbie tattoo on her buttock that we put in.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Okay, well, these all look like textures. Like I can't. Oh, it is information. All right, I tell a lie. For the Lynch stream, still going. So, are they going for directors now rather than writers, or is it just a mix of both? Because obviously, all the street names
Yeah, really.
in Silent Hill are writers' names, aren't they? Whereas obviously Lynch, that's got to be a reference to David Lynch, surely.
Oh yeah.
And obviously,
And I guess
King
is probably Stephen King.
Stephen King, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this really South Ashfield Station? I don't know, mate. You tell me. You live here. It's some kind of poster. There's nothing interesting about it. Well, it's because it's pretty much faded away. Haze of something daily? Business. Mayor's Business Daily. Yeah? Doesn't even make any sense. Anyway. I need to try and keep this camera. Right, let's go and shake my booty. Shake, shake, shake.
See, but Henry doesn't get a ridiculous costume. It's not fair.
Who are you? What's your name?
Henry. And you?
This is my dream, and you don't even know my name. It's Cynthia.
Your dream.
That's right. This is just a dream. And a really terrible one, too. I hope I wake up soon.
So you think this is a dream, huh?
Well, if it's not a dream, what is it? Anyway, I want to get out of here, but I can't find the exit. Say, will you help me find it? I'm kind of scared all alone. I'll do a special favor for you later. It's just a dream, so I might as well have some fun.
Yeah, she's going to do Henry's accounts. That's the special favour.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so that is an absolutely, utterly ridiculous costume.
Oh yeah. That looks like it's so painful to wear.
Yeah. And for some reason, no costumes for Henry. Henry is such a boring protagonist that they didn't even give him any unlocks. No, but they're trying to make him so boring, though. You know, because look at how he's dressed. Look at the reactions.
Heather's the only one that has costumes. It's not that he's boring, it's that they never really did that again after her. And I thought it was really cool. I wish more of the games had done that.
I always felt like it was these costumes, though I've obviously picked them on purpose. I always felt that these costumes were a step back for the kind of for the sort of progression that Silent Hill was making, because I think
it's not like Heather's costumes were neat and aesthetically like different kinds of jeans or t-shirts, or this is just stupid.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say, well, they never sexualized Cheryl, and it's like, well, they did, because if you've seen the front cover to the OST, that's the infamous picture of topless Heather, but with the open vest. So they did sexualize her, because of course they did. And but yeah, you're right, it just felt like, in terms of, I think what it is, and it's kind of that thing about female characters in video games, they've still got this idea in their head that nobody wants to play as a girl. And I don't know where that's come from, but I can understand, say, like you said, that in Silent Hill 3 didn't sell as well as Silent Hill 2. They were like, well, why is that? And I guarantee it come up, because you're playing a girl. And they were like, okay, so yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, so alright, we'll play as a guy again. So yeah, these sexy costumes just feel like a step back based on the progression they were making with Silent Hill 3.
I wonder what the best-selling Silent Hill is.
I think it's 2.
Probably.
But then again, could that be also because at the time the PlayStation 2 was the biggest selling console? So you kind of end up being the biggest selling game by default.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take it we're just wandering off then.
Yep, you just gotta wander around.
Cool. But yeah, in terms of because Heather is a very much not, shall we say, a typical female character in a video game. Which is what I really, that's what I like about her.
Silent Hill 3 is kind of like Silent Hill 2, where it was really ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Because the other horror PS2 games of that era have women that are very sort of just a horror movie trope, where they
haunting
scream a lot
grounds,
and we really don't know them. Yes. Whereas Heather's a person. And female characters nowadays are a lot more like that. But back then, she was very refreshing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I think I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, I've been playing Haunting Ground, and it's amazing how empty that character is.
Oh yeah, she is literally just a pair of tits stapled to a model. Because all of her emphasis on her character is those big old boobs that bounce no matter what she does.
Granted, I think it's a good game, and they're doing some interesting things with talking about like voyeurism and stuff. But at the same time, they make those ridiculous costume choices.
Oh yeah. Okay, so because my first bit of actual fighting, this is going to be fun.
You can run away if you want and just go in the bathroom. But I don't know if the endings, I don't think the endings are affected by killing monsters in this one. I think it's just if you protect Eileen.
Right.
I usually try not to kill them, but that's just because I'm lazy.
But I want to try out the combat, so...
Oh yeah, you've got all the awesome weapons.
Yeah.
God, I hate those things. Those tongues are so gross.
Batter up.
I'm pretty sure they're being fun.
Oh, and he missed.
I think there's like real world bats that have tongues that can suck your blood out like that.
Alright, so I just charged up. And that's what took it out. No, stop targeting the one that's dead. How do I do this? I just did the stomp. There you go, yeah, it is. Stomp is just without using lock on. Chainsaw, yeah, I should have really got the chainsaw out, shouldn't I? But anyway, bat works. I'm happy with the bat. Good old aluminum bat. Right, so she went into the girls, right, and then all this evil came out, so let's go check if she's alright. God, I had to remember that it was pulled down to walk, and then he pushed up. No, it's gonna get me, especially in like real dodgy situations. I'm gonna be running around like a tit. I don't think anyone's in there.
Mm-mm.
No, and she has vanished.
Yep. And what I find interesting is that she vanishes by going in the girls' bathroom. And if you remember in the first Silent Hill, there's a girls' bathroom that can teleport you to different places in the school.
Yes, it can.
I always thought that that she got teleported somewhere and we just didn't follow her.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a circle here. Is that an actual hole?
Yeah, that's a portal. That's where you need to go next.
Alright, I was just going to check the boys, if that opens.
It might.
Oh,
Excuse
oh,
me.
it does. It doesn't appear. He's not even going to say something about putting his hand in the toilet. Looks like there's no one in there. I mean, I love that little cutscene in Silent Hill 3 where it makes reference to Silent Hill 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's nothing in here, so let's bounce. Okay. So, that's it, innit? We're leaving?
Yep.
Where could this crazy hole lead to? Let's find out together, Henry.
Yeah. In Silent Hill 2, James eventually is seen jumping down holes into the crazy unknown like a weirdo, but from the beginning, Henry's just like, let's do this. I'm not afraid of holes.
Yeah. Or maybe that comes from spending 5 days trapped in your own apartment.
True. He's probably... I think that would drive me insane a little bit. I'd be ready for... do anything to get out of this.
What? Another dream. But it seems so real. Or could it be? Was I really inside that woman's dream? Oh, that's just stupid. What am I thinking?
But then what's the reference to the fact that every time he comes back to the house, he wakes up in bed? You never see him come back through the hole.
Yeah. The idea that Walter is attacking people in their dreams.
Okay.
And so even though he's in the physical world, when he goes through the hole, he's actually entering their dreams. So that's why he wakes up. He's there, but he's not there. It's kind of weird.
Alright, so Cynthia was dreaming then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're back in the room. This is my bed. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Oh wow, I can actually make a call. What happens if I phone
Yep.
911? Nothing. No.
Yeah. If you look out the window, you'll actually see something.
His bedroom window.
It might be either one, but there is a phone number out there.
Okay. Can I zoom in? Nope, that's the wrong button. No, there's no way to zoom in. Okay.
Yeah, one of the billboards over the
Ah,
building.
555-3750. Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's phone up. I do like how it's, you know, they've gone to the effort to make an actual city.
Mhm.
A moderate sized city.
Yes, medium sized.
Medium sized, yeah, that was it, yeah. Medium sized city out there.
I'm also pretty sure 3 of the same body models are walking on the sidewalk in front of us right now.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't know
They're triplets.
Yeah, well, they don't know they're clones. It's Haunting Ground all over again.
Mhm.
I mean, I basically made an analogy of Haunting Ground last night, on Friday night when we were playing Fatal Frame. It's basically, all the game is about is that your dad's trying to impregnate you with himself. And that's Haunting Ground, isn't it?
Yep.
It can't open the window. Up until a few days ago, it was no problem. But ever since I started having those nightmares. So does that mean that technically I'm still asleep? You know, like, you know, I'm not. None of this is actually the waking world.
Yeah, it's possible.
Sorry, what was that number? 555-3750.
7 something.
I think it was 3750. I think it was 3750. We shall try. 555 3 5. Ahoy hoy. Oh, sounds like it was rocking in that bar. What that noise?
Sounds like somebody's having a
Yeah,
great
that's
time.
what I mean. That noise just now, what was it? Sounded like a party to me, Henry. It's probably that party in Jacob's Ladder where he starts seeing his girlfriend being attacked by some weird monster.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I think that's all I can do in here, isn't it? Just the same old prompts. It's not till it starts to get haunted that the prompts change, isn't it? Or is it?
It changes sort of with each
Okay.
passing of plot beats. So after we meet Cynthia's part of her story, after we do Jasper's. So yeah, I think some of it might change soon.
Okay, we're saying that
Let's
he's
see
saying the same
have
thing
here.
about the church. What about his desk?
Yeah, it'll change after Cynthia's story is done.
Ah, right, okay.
So after every victim, basically.
Right. Okay, well, let's bounce. So, do I need to put weapons in the box, or is the weapon of entry infinite?
Weapons have to go in the box, yeah.
Okay, alright, we'll get them.
So I would keep I'd get rid of the bug spray until you go to the forest world. You won't need it. And you won't need chocolate milk till the forest world either.
Chocolate milk. And I'll put the rusty axe in there as well, and the pipe, and we'll keep the bat, the chainsaw, and the gun. Okay, cool. What now?
Now you have to go back because Cynthia wasn't here. I'm gonna go find out what happened.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's happening right now.
Oh no, I want to look through the hole. There we go. No. Okay. Has the hole in the wall appeared? As in, oh no.
I think it's just appeared now, yeah. Because the table seems to be moved.
This furniture has been here since I moved in. Huh? That's weird. Somebody moved it. Straighten it, certainly. Who could have done it? Oh, you're not gonna question the fact that you've just found a. Oh, I'm gonna say an M1911 Colt, but I could be wrong. I'm not really a gun aficionado.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know it's a gun.
There's a pistol on the floor. Will you take it? I certainly will. Pistol, weapon, easy to use handgun, but not much stopping power. Yeah, okay.
I don't know, it would stop me pretty good.
Yeah, I think it would stop most things pretty good. Now, speaking of voyeurism. Hello, Eileen. How are you in your bedroom?
Where did I put that damn broom? Oh.
I think I'm staring at it. It's here. So yeah, this for me is the thing that how to put this. I don't believe in the whole Eileen and Henry are going to be a couple after the game finishes if she survives.
Yeah.
Because when do you bring this up to your new girlfriend? That, oh, by the way, I've been staring at you through a hole in the wall into your bedroom for the last, 24 hours.
You could also say that given what happens to them in this period, this is not even on the top 10 of weirdest, shittiest things that happen.
No.
But
I mean,
still weird.
Yeah, I mean, I know they say that in extreme circumstances can bring, two people together, which I can understand because especially if it's a life-threatening, episode or whatever, then yeah, I can understand that. But I don't think that's going to be a lasting relationship.
No, probably not.
And this is, I mean, granted, all the weird shit that goes on, but you kind of expect weird shit, Silent Hill. But this, for me, is what completely destroys the fantasy of them two being a couple. Because, is he never going to bring this up? And if he doesn't, then that means that their relationship is based on, not telling each other the truth. So that's not really how relationships are supposed to work. I know you have your little secrets, but this is a big one.
Yeah.
And then,
very big.
And then what happens if she comes around one day and goes, oh, what's this hole in your wall, Henry? Oh, look, there's my bedroom. Do you know? Yeah, do you know what I mean? It just for me, it doesn't work. I understand that they could potentially be, fuck buddies, shall we say, after the events that transpire.
But no, that probably would not work long.
No, not at all. But there you go. And that changes every time until eventually the rabbit's looking at you, right?
And the one at the door changes too and has a couple creepy cool things in it.
Oh, okay.
Some of my favorite stuff.
There's a message carved in here. It looks like they used an ice... I love the way he jumps to ice pick.
Yeah, where did that come from?
I know. Why ice pick? Out of everything you could have gone... Yeah, knife. Yeah, nail. Screwdriver, maybe?
Determination?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But no, first thing I think of when I see writing carved into a wall, that must have been done with an ice pick. The faint hope I had is slowly... Thanks for the follow. Damn it, I've got to change the font for these follows. I can't read what that said. My apologies, but thank you for the follow. Jostelo, I think that said. Welcome to the party. The faint hope I had is slowly changing to despair. Yeah, I know that feel. I've somehow managed to tunnel this far, but no matter what I do, I can't get any farther. So this must be the dude we were at the beginning, right? That's wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The hallway, the windows, the walls. It feels like this room is stuck in another dimension. Yep, that's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Eileen never noticed. Alright, so this is the previous owner then.
Yep.
Okay. So the previous owner was trapped in here too. So I wasn't Walter's first pick. Fine.
You are. It was a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're still Walter's favorite.
Is that young Walter or old Walter?
Both.
No.
Where did you go?
How do you know my number?
Hurry! Save me! If you need a token, there's one here.
That's random. But seriously, how did she know my number?
Magic.
It's like, unless Henry slipped her a business card when we weren't watching. Will people stop doing stuff? I just heard something. What did I just... I can hear something. Oh. What are you doing? What is she doing?
Apparently, she's nice enough to take care of the
I was
whole
going to
apartment for
say,
everybody.
that's what I mean. Who sweeps the hall? No way. That's well overboard, Eileen. I don't think I've ever lived in a place that anyone's ever done that apart from the people that are paid to do it.
Yeah. She's just a very generous person.
Well, yeah, she must be quite friendly with Mr. Sunderland then.
Mm-hmm. She does act that way.
Mm.
Maybe she helps him out since he's, getting up there in age.
Well, we're on the... Is it the third floor? Is it 3 floors to this apartment? I say
Yep,
3 floors.
302.
Yeah, that's exactly 302. But in the UK, this would technically be the second floor because the first floor we call the ground floor. So that's where I get confused. So you can always tell if something has been made by a European but trying to pretend to be American if they call it the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you don't have ground floors in America, do you?
No.
Right. So I guess back in the hole then.
Yep. You might want to save.
I was gonna, yeah.
I think it's neat that this is the first game since the first one that uses a notebook to save.
Yeah, good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no weird burning symbol or anything. Just jot down what's going on.
His notes.
Yeah, in your notes or your diary.
And it's interesting because the first game, Harry writes his notes down, and he does that because he's a writer. So it always made me think that maybe Henry was something of a writer or something, creative.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we already know he's potentially a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mrs.
Yeah.
Mum.
Very artsy.
No, you're not too late, darling. We were a bit late starting because the wonders of Discord and the wonders of daylight saving time as well.
Yeah, whoops. Google lied to me about the time.
Well, it was right. It
My bad.
just didn't account for daylights because the clocks are going to change this month, I think, in the UK. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose an hour. I can never remember. My brother did tell me a way of remembering it, and I've already forgotten that way of remembering it. So it tells you how fucking great I am at shit, doesn't it? Okay, let's go. Let's go jump in a hole then. Yes, we shall enter the hole. Do you even need to ask? Fall back, spring forward. Thank you. Captain Macon is my brother, by the way. In chat, yeah. Yeah, fall back. That's it. Fall back, spring forward, which would actually make more sense to you guys because we don't call it fall, but we
Yeah, we probably came up with that one.
yeah, probably. So that's Sylvia, isn't it? That's Cynthia.
Yep.
I'll get it
There
right
she
in a minute.
is.
And is Cynthia suicidal?
That's kind of the implication I get from this,
Well,
is that
yeah.
she's had a rough life. Yeah. And it's also, she's a sex doll literally now.
Yeah, but I mean, I never, just because she said, oh, she's going to do him a favour, she immediately then says, well, if it's a dream, I might have had some fun. I don't.
Well, that's how I feel about it too. But I think different things about her, including that, sort of make it. She's clearly comfortable with the idea of exchanging sex for favors. Not that that says anything bad about her, but just that she's in a position in life where she's had to do that to survive.
Right.
Which could also reflect on why she might be suicidal, because that can be really rough,
Well, I suppose and also is it supposed to give it like a moniker of like self-harm because you're using your body in a way that could be perceived as self-harm.
Yeah. And I did a video on Cynthia, and a lot of people pointed out in the comments that if she was going to clubs and stuff at like 13, 14, it's very likely she was being taken advantage of by the adults that were there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that sort of thing happens. I mean, I've known of, very young girls getting into drugs and sex well before the sort of their mental age is ready for it, shall we say.
Yeah.
It's some kind of mannequin. It's got a coin in its hand. So, she is both... So, is she the ferryman now as well?
That's kind of how it feels. But, yeah, that's the subway token that'll get you to the other side of the subway.
Okay, cool.
So it is kind of also like she's giving you the coin to cross into the other world.
Yeah. Yeah, very much like the boatman from Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, Sharon.
Yeah. Which has also been used in other... What is that keeps falling? I keep thinking something's falling, but it's just a background effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just keep hearing this piece of wood fall, but I think it's just there to make me go, what's that? Yeah, but the fisherman, he ended up being turned into death incarnate, didn't he? He wasn't the Grim Reaper in his first, sort of, shall we say, outing. But you see a lot of pictures of him now, sort of more modern. They always paint him up to look like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
I swear
that concept has kind of all come together.
Yeah. But in Greek mythology, it's just a man in a robe. Was it 2 pieces of silver?
I believe so. It was a coin on either eye.
Yes. Okay, right. Well,
Right.
I haven't found the map. Do I need to find the map?
It should be ahead of you on a bulletin board. When you start seeing, like, offices, that's where it is.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Dogs in this game are so friendly.
Yeah. And they sound like jaguars for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I never
It
understood.
reminds me of the...
Go on.
Yeah, it's just to be unsettling, I think. Kind of like the women in Resident Evil 4 that sound like jaguars.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have not pitched it up, but I would have done something to make it seem a little bit more, well, less like a jaguar. Because I don't know. Again, it's probably me, but aesthetical choices, world building are really important to me. And having a dog that looks like that has a tongue that can pierce into you and suck your innards out, is really cool. Yeah. But when it starts sounding like a jaguar, it pulls me out. Not that it's weird. It makes me go, well, why does it sound like a cat? And now I'm questioning it rather than being sucked in by it. you know, and it's distancing me from, you know, I think it's a poor aesthetical choice because it's making me question the choice rather than understanding the noise it makes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect it to sound like a dog, and that is you seeing that? That looks like, I was gonna say Mary, but I'm looking at it more like,
It kind of looks like Cynthia a little bit.
yeah. But it's a very
I like that the chat is talking about how great Silent Hill 4 is.
yeah, I think Mrs. Mum is a big fan of Silent Hill 4.
As well, everyone should be.
Well, you can see if you can make me a convert.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. It's a street dispenser, a coin dispenser with a Lynn Street line, but it's broken. I can't use it. It's a street dispenser.
For all your street needs.
Okay, right. Right. So I think that looks like a map. Some
Yeah, it
kind
should
of
be on the side of one of these.
Oh, that's not it. I thought the map would be there. Is that? That's a poster. Oh, these bloody.
It should be hanging on like a bulletin board or something on the side of one of these buildings, if I remember right.
Okay. I'm trying, but the lack of tank
I may have to
control
look it up
is
and remember.
already starting to get on my tits. Right. Nope. I haven't missed it, have I? No, that was just.
I'm gonna double check. I thought it was in this area.
Yeah, I got a real I've missed the maps before, and it's like, oh, I need the map. Oh, maybe that's the map.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Oh no, it's still the station guide, which is all blurry. What about that? No, it's that. How is that camera angle?
Have you tried opening the button that would be the map and see if you just have it?
Oh right, he's drawing one. Oh okay. Fair enough. Again, this.
Because the guide is not saying
Yeah.
where you pick it up. I wonder if it's just drawn as you go.
Yeah, it looks like that way. He's certainly drawn something. Yeah. Okay. I'm expecting that, but then I gotta expect the unexpected, haven't I, with this one? Okay, so.
Yeah, I don't know if you pick up maps in this game.
Oh, right. That's another staple gone. Right, no, which one's the camera button? That one. South Ashfield. No, I'm going to... Oh, no, I'm in South Ashfield. So, which one am I taking to go to... No. That one.
Let's see. I think it was a King Street, or maybe...
Well, before I was going to Lynch Street. No? No, this... I'm in Lynch... See, I don't know where I am. Am I already in Lynch Street?
Maybe.
Okay, camera's not moving now.
It should prompt you to use the coin if that's the right one.
Okay. I need a coin to get through the turnstile. Yeah, well I've got coins.
Well, then it must be the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is the one behind you.
No, he's not even saying anything about that one. No. Do I have to select the coin as an item?
Possibly.
I can't use this here. Well, it doesn't want to use it there, so let's try it on this one then. I can't use this here. What? I can't use this here. It's the Lynch Street line entrance. Yeah, but that's where I thought I was going.
Yeah, try where the buttons are. No?
Oh, there we go. Now I swear I've moved over maybe 2 pixels, and now he'll use it.
These games are so weirdly specific sometimes. Ugh.
Okay, done. Right. First puzzle solved. Right. Let's head down here then. Oh, not ghosts already. Seriously?
Of course, this is where they first come up.
So where am I going then? Because I know I've got to run like the wind.
Okay, so go all the way down the stairs.
Okay. I bailed and then bailed down the next stairs. And now I'm in the actual subway station.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love that staticky effect.
Yeah, I do.
I think the ghosts are really great. Like, they're the first monsters in a while to really mess with you, because you can't stop them.
Unless you've got those swords, is it? Or daggers or something?
Which is very difficult to do, and you have to have one for each ghost. If I remember right, there's a limit to how many of them you can get.
3 or something?
Something like that.
Okay. Right, well, 18 is written on the thing.
That's a side thing to get some kind of weapon, I think. I've never messed with it.
Okay. Right. Someone's screaming for help.
Yeah, there's some kind of box that you can unlock on the subway.
Okay. Right. Door? No, shit's locked. Oh, get that camera behind you, Henry. Oh, and then it goes to fixed camera angle. I don't know where I'm going. Someone's come. Oh no, there she is. Hey. Yeah, well I'll press the button. No. No, I guess.
You gotta unlock the car.
Okay. How do I do that?
At the end, the train should have a door open that you need to go through.
Okay. What's that? Oh, it's just a crazy light. Okay. Oh. Come on, Henry. We can do it. Okay. That camera couldn't be any closer to his face, could it? Right. Okay, now I'm confused. Which way did I come in? Oh, right. You're looking that way. Is that the way to go? No, that's the button. Press the button. There's a button here.
No, I think it is behind you.
Yes, push it. Looks like the car door's opened. Awesome. Do we go through the? Do we go through the train or? No, we don't.
You can just walk out and get her, and then she'll follow you through the train.
Alright. Turn that camera. Oh,
I don't
there
think
she is.
Walter will take good care of her. I feel like Walter's idea of care might not be good.
Oh, is that Mrs. Mum? Oh, just a heads up. Mrs. Mum is deaf.
Ah.
So, yeah. If you want to speak to her, you probably have to type it to her.
Okay.
Or sometimes people in chat will assist. Okay, well there was something weird going on out in the thing, so I ran into the train. Was that right?
Yeah, you need to get through the train. It's kind of a maze.
Okay, come on then. What's up? There's a wall. And down there's a wall, so I guess we're going through here. And down. Whoa, not going down.
Oh, apparently I'm not allowed to comment on your stuff because I don't follow you, which I will have to fix now, because I thought I already did.
Oh, right. Oh, shit. Door shut tight, it won't open. Okay.
Yeah, this whole thing is a fun maze. You just keep going right through doors that will work.
Yeah, but I swear...
And run from ghosts.
Okay, well I've definitely come down the wrong way then, so it must be up. No? Well, you're not giving me many options. Sorry, Cynthia.
I remember getting very frustrated at points here.
Well, the thing
I'm not
is...
good at mazes.
Well, it's not exactly a maze at the minute, it's literally just... It's a dead end. Because
I
those
remember
don't...
right. Yeah, go... Did you try the top door?
Yeah, doors shut tight, won't open at all.
Yeah, then you have to just go back the way you came. This must be a dead end.
Oh, thank you for following the Gaming Muse.
You're welcome.
I'm already lost, and I've only got 2 places to go.
Yeah, okay. Go back through that. Go back through the other subway car to the left.
Yep.
Alright, and go out again.
Oh, we'll go out into the station.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There's
okay.
more doors you can go through. I bet you a different one will lead us. I think it might be the next one, but don't quote me.
Does it have to be an open door? Oh yeah, right, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, right, cool. Nope. And that's a wall. And there's an open door there. And that's a wall.
Henry's gonna have a concussion by the end of this.
That's weird because in like the original Silent Hill they made an effort of making an animation of him running into a wall.
They did.
Yeah, but then they didn't do it for any of the other games.
Yeah. That's funny. I forgot about that.
Oh! Go away, ghost. We ain't got...
He just wants to talk to you about his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was thinking that. You got time to talk about the Holy Ghost?
Have you got time to talk about our Savior, the God of Silent Hill?
I'm here passing on the word of Vatiel.
Have you accepted Pyramid Head into your heart as your Lord and Savior?
Right, I don't know where I'm going now. Bring a map up.
You're almost there.
Am I?
You just have to keep trying to go right. And I think, yeah, I think you got it.
No, I didn't want to do that.
Or left.
Left.
Whatever direction you didn't start at. I don't know if the map is angled the way that we were looking.
Right, I'm on the other side of the station, is that right?
Yeah, angled the way Henry's looking, you should go right.
Ah, ghosts! Where are we going? Up the stairs?
Yep. I think there might be a door at the end of this hallway that has a thing that you need. But you can also go up the stairs, I'm pretty sure. I like how one of the ghosts is just a nice old lady.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Who wants to eat
Yeah,
you.
just come out for her groceries. A nice one, Henry.
Cynthia.
Just abandoned Cynthia.
Yep. He's very bad at keeping track of his people.
I know, but then again, what happened to her? Why wasn't she keeping up? But, you know, don't put all the blame on Henry. So, ladder or hole?
I think basically plot-wise, you keep going to the ladder. The hole's just so you can save.
Okay.
And you're not far from the end here, I don't think.
No? Okay, right.
Nah.
You should go down the ladder. And now where am I? Right, well I've already run over time anyway, so we'll get this finished and then that will be the end of tonight's. Well actually, you know what?
Yeah, we may still have another good 20
Yeah.
minutes here.
Okay, so let's go back to the room and save it then, and that will be the end of part 1.
Alright.
So yeah, so that's what Mrs. Mum meant by being like, I had no idea at the time. I never keep an eye on it. But that's
Man, if there's a program that
but it's
do subtitles for live streams, that'd be amazing. I'm hard of hearing, and I would love that.
yeah. Yeah, no, me and Courtney were actually saying the same thing a little while back, but yeah, there's just nothing.
Yeah. I've thought about I used to go back and do it manually. It's just been a while since I've worked on it, and I have so many videos.
Oh,
now,
I
it's
believe I
overwhelming.
found a program that can do subtitles for live stream. Oh, have you, Captain? All right, cool. Yeah, definitely. That would be awesome. That would be a major benefit. Okay, let's just quickly head. I keep trying to walk up close to the door, but that's as close as it gets. Right. Okay, it's the old scrapbook. Well, the fact that I missed time is good. It means that, you know, I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, save there. Awesome. Okay, so that will bring part 1 of my misadventures in where are we? Ashfield. No, yes?
Yep.
Yeah. My misadventures in Ashfield to a close this week. So thank you, AJ,
No problem.
for helping me through this first part.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
And we will be back next Sunday for more Silent Hill 4.
Yeah.
Have a great start to your week, guys, and we'll catch you then. Say goodbye, AJ.
Bye.
See you later, guys. All the best.